What is up there, everybody? Citrus Aviation here with yet another video, and today we have the NG Models release video for October 2021, and it is all in the morning here. It is 7:53 a.m. The releases have not come out yet, and so I wanted to do my predictions here for the releases. It is October the 4th, it's a Monday, and I do expect the releases to come out here probably in a few minutes, probably 8 a.m., something like that. We'll have to see, but I'm just going to give my predictions for these releases real quick. The first one is actually a set of 13 models, and they were leaked by the manufacturer themselves. Here, take a look at this screenshot right here. If you go into the NG Models database, you go to the last page. At the very bottom, there are these 13 models in the coming soon section. So I'm going to just predict that all 13 of these models will be released in this release set. And then we're just going to get all of them. There's some cool stuff in here. And you could just take a look at that screenshot and see what you think. Plus, obviously, later in the video, you'll know whether or not that came true. But those are those 13 models. NG Models did say there would be 24 models. So I think those are coming out. And then the other planes. So there is going to be a bunch of other airplanes, and we're going to start the 121 ones. There will be a SkyWest CRJ-200, and then there will be a Gulfstream G550. I actually happen to know which one this will be. This will be a Hellenic Air Force G550, registered S678. For the Tupolev Tu-204s, there will be a DHL Tu-204-100, the only one in their fleet, and a Red Wings Tu-204-100B. And then, let's see, there will also be an Air China Tu-204. That will be a cargo aircraft. And that is it for the Tu-204s. I think there will be an Only-Pone L1011. And then for the A350s, we're going to have the two China Eastones that I showed earlier on that screenshot, and then I think there will be a French A350. Now that one is still hard to determine which one it's gonna be. It could be just a test livery, another one of those Airbus test liveries, but I think it will finally be one of the standard French A350s. So an Air France A350, that's what I think it'll be, an Air France one, but it could be one of the like the French blue A350. And then there's also like, I forget what it is, but there's one for like French Polynesia, that livery. It's like a green and a blue livery. That one's pretty cool. And then for A330s, I think there'll be an Aer Lingus A330 in the new livery. I don't know which variant, so I'm just going to say I think it'll be probably a 200. They've been doing a lot of those 200s recently. Next up, there are going to be two Korean Air 747 SPs. One in the more modern livery and one in the older, like 1970s 80s livery. And then there will be the 737s. Now these will be we will have the three China Southerns from the screenshot that I showed earlier. There will be a United 737-900S. Now I think this one will be in the Evo Blue livery. It will be that very first one ever made, which I did talk about in Aviation News this week video a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago, where I talked about the very first United 737-900 in the new livery. And then they are going to make Maryland 1. Now they're going to do it both the old Canyon Blue tail and the new tail. And this information actually comes from pre-releases. So some stores have already sold 4 NG pre-orders that aren't available yet. The first one is the United 757-200 in the Evo Blue livery, that very first one ever painted. And so that's going to be coming out. And then we're also going to get the DHL Tu-204, and then we're going to get both Maryland ones in the Canyon Blue tail and in the current hardtail that just came out. The hardtail one was just repainted. I do apologize if my voice sounds a little weird because it is very early in the morning. But yeah, those are the releases I think will be made. That's how many models that? It's like 12 additional models on top of the 13, so you know, about 23, 24 models, which usually happens because usually they end up making a couple more models than their release hints showed or they initially planned. So it's really cool. And we'll next cut to the section where the models come out.
4 to 6 days later.
But we'll scroll down because none of these sold out according to NG models. So their increased production must be a good thing because they're not selling out, which means more people can get these models. Alright, quite a few interesting releases here. First, we're going to start with the 3 Maryland 1s. That's right, 3. And my predictions did end up proving to be true. I thought they would do more than one Maryland 1. Here's one in the Canyon Blue Tail. And then here is one in the Hardtail. This is November 214 November Whiskey, and these are all $46.99. And then here we have, this is an interesting one. So this is the Canyon Blue Tail, but it has a blue nose on it. This is a very common occurrence where aircraft will have different parts exchanged in maintenance. Let's say they need to replace, for example, that is the radar nose cone there on that model. And so they'll just take a part they have. They won't necessarily just paint it for the livery. They'll just take whatever part they have, whatever livery it is, and just put it on. And so you'll often see that where the part doesn't really match the rest of the livery. And so that's very common with aircraft, and I actually really like the NG models is doing that. Nobody else is making models like that. Next up, we got the United 737-900, November 38417. This is the very first 737-900 in the new livery. Hopefully NG models corrects their previous issue where they didn't have the SATCOM box painted correctly. Hopefully they have painted gray this time. But it looks to be a good model. Next up, we got the Korean Air 747 SPs. These are $57.99 correction. Here we have a standard livery. This one is, let me check the rate on that one. Hotel Lima 74856. And the next one is 74857. This is in a special livery for the FIFA World Cup 2002. It says FIFA World Cup back there, but other than that, just standard Korean Air 747 SP. I do think a decent number of people will buy this, as of course the first 3 will be very popular as well. This one will be very popular with me. So this one will be very popular, and of course I'm going to buy it. This is November 48127. This is one for me. I'll be picking this one up along the United 737-900 and the 3 Southwest Maryland 1s. This is an awesome model, and I'm really glad to see that United has a standard livery 757. They now have 2 of these, so that's really cool. This is an Aer Lingus A330-300, Echo India dash, let me scroll to get it correct, Echo India dash Sierra Hotel November. Very cool livery. This is the as delivered livery. So this goes back to the livery they would have had in the late 90s before they came out the like fully emerald green livery. This is like a 5-tier livery with the gray, the white, the dark emerald green, the light blue, and then the light green. Definitely looks really nice. Shows off the colors of Ireland really well, and it's a cool livery. I don't think I'll go for this one because I've never seen this aircraft in this livery in real life, but I think a lot of people will buy it, and it's a really cool livery. Next up, we got a French B A350, Foxtrot Hotel Romeo Echo Victor, and this is one of those 3 A350s I thought it could be. Either this one or the Air Caribbean or the Air France, and they end up being this one. So, not one for me, but if they make an Air France one, I will pick that up. Next up, we got an L1011 for Only Palm Airways, Julia Alpha 8501. I did think this would be an ANA L1011. I didn't know what livery it'd be, but this is the livery it would have been delivered in the 70s, I believe. It's a cool livery. This is actually a really nice livery, and I've always liked the Only Palm Airlines livery, and that did not change with this one. Next up, we got an official Russian Air Force Tu-204-300 Romeo Alpha-54057. This is used to fly heads of state around. Now, President Putin of Russia flies in a large aircraft. He flies the IL-96. However, other heads of state will fly in this Tu-204. Next up, we got a DHL Tu-204-100. This is the only one that they operate. This is Romeo Alpha-54024. I believe they have this one in a different registration as well. But this is an awesome plane, and I believe it has flown to the United States before, so this is a model I'm definitely probably going to pick up just because it's a model that interests me. Next up, we got some 1-200 models. We got an Independence ARCRJ200, November 6218 Romeo. This is a now defunct airline, but it was a cool airline with that livery there, with the circles around the windows, and it was just a really interesting airline, but unfortunately it did not survive. Next up, we got a Hellenic Air Force Gulfstream G550 678, the exact aircraft I predicted it would be. Pretty cool airplane. This is the aircraft that is used by Greece, and it's a pretty awesome airplane they use in their Air Force. Next up, we got Chinese models. So all the Chinese models are separated from the models for the rest of the world, which I'm not sure why they did that, but they are. Next, we have two A350s. We got this one here, Bravo-204 Bravo, 204 November. And this is an A350-900 in standard livery. I am considering getting this, but I want a 777-300ER for China Eastern instead. And then we have Bravo 323 Hotel. This is the very first Airbus A350 that was built in China, so that's really cool. As you can see, first A350 delivered from China, and this was the first Airbus aircraft built in China, I believe, as well. So pretty cool to see that. And the aircraft was delivered to Chinese airline, China Eastern, which is really cool. Next up, we got a China Southern 737-800 Bravo-1700. This is in the City of Youth CS livery. This is a special livery. Kind of a cool livery, but not a model for me. Next up, we got the CAAC 747SP Bravo-2442. This is the airline that existed before Air China. So before the Chinese airlines that we know of now, they were all combined into this one airline, the CAAC, which I believe is something like Civil Aviation Authority of China, I believe is what that stands for. And they used to operate all commercial activities, and from the people who I've heard of who actually flew this airline, they were terrible, an awful airline to fly on. And eventually China realized they needed to westernize their airlines, and that's when they broke up the CAAC into multiple different airlines, and basically CAAC became Air China, and then they also formed China Eastern, China Southern, and a couple other smaller airlines out of that division. And the CAAC does still exist, but only as an administrative authority. It doesn't exist as an airline anymore. So this is an interesting aircraft just for Chinese civil aviation history. Next up, we got a Sicilian Airlines A330-300 in a livery that I'm not going to try to pronunciate. But this one is actually a pretty cool livery. I love this paint scheme. This is actually really cool. This aircraft is registered as Bravo-5960. Next up, we have a Tu-204-100 for Air China Cargo, Bravo-2871. Pretty cool airplane, I think. The Tu-204 is a very interesting airplane that not too many countries ever bought, and not too many of them operate, but it's really interesting that NG Models is making as many as they can, and I am really appreciative for that because it's a cool plane. Next up, we got the Y20, the Yan, I don't remember how to pronounce this one. This is registered 20047. This is in the Aero China 2021 livery, so it has a few more bright colors. It's a cool livery. You'll see a bunch of Aero China 2021 liveries here. I believe that's Aero just a card, and then here we have, let me get that to load correctly. And then next up we have an Aero China 20, not Aero China, but just a standard Chinese Air Force Y20 as you would see it in the wild. This is 11158. And then finally we have three Comac ARJ21-700s. Here we have the first one. This is a demonstrator livery, Bravo-3328, and this is a pretty cool plane. Not one that North American collectors will be interested in, but interesting one nonetheless. But this one, I think a lot of people will buy this one. This is a Comac ARJ. This is called a ARJ21B. This is the ARJ21-700 J, or Comac Business Jet. It is registered with Bravo-001 X-ray, and this is also in an ASO China 2021 livery, demonstrating the aircraft. I think this is a pretty cool livery. It'll be interesting to see who actually buys this aircraft as a business jet, because this will be China's first private aircraft that you can just buy. That's an actual proper like business jet. I believe China has produced some small light aircraft, but this will be the first one that will be officially you can see around the world. So it'll be interesting to see who buys it and if it actually has international customers. But that is for the aviation news video, talk about more. And this one is also in 1:200 scale. So both 1:400 and 1:200 scale will have this model. So those are the releases. There was quite a bit that came out today and quite a few awesome releases. I did want to give a quick channel update before I head out for this video. And that is that it's been a while since I've posted a video, and that's because I was walking, I think it was 6 days straight, and then before that I only had 1 day break before I was walking 4 days. So I do apologize for not a whole lot of videos recently. However, video consistency will be returning as I'm returning to my more normal walk schedule now. So you're going to have a lot of videos coming out this coming week. There will be a second video from me coming out today that you'll really want to take a look at. I think it's a really awesome video that I've been working on for quite a while. And it does have something to do with that Red River Aviation giveaway. That's a hint that I'll give to what the video is. Next week, we have a lot of great content. We have the Model Aircraft News Monthly for August 2021. And we have a really, really special plane spawn video. You don't want to miss out on it. It's going to be the best one I've ever made. And I spent about 7 hours editing that video. So I really hope you all enjoy it. There's that. And then we'll have an Aviation News This Week video. Today is Friday. So tomorrow, Saturday, we will have an Atlanta airport update. Yes, it's a big one, 5 terminals. I'm sure y'all will really enjoy that one. And then the week after that, I'll have my fictional airport update as well. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy that one. And that is pretty much it for the video today. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and God bless you.